Hey, so Rolly, so if you get the call, you will instantly move up to 147 and
take Errol Spence Jr.
Yeah. What's the outcome?
Him getting fucking knocked down the damn campus.
Wow. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you come in, smash the like button. Rolly Romero is on a warpath. He keeps calling out Errol Spence Jr. And shout out to my guy Town. Make sure you guys subscribe to his Town's account. Link will be in the description. He's the one that asked Rolly this, and Rolly says the outcome will be Errol Spence getting knocked out on the damn canvas. Now, Rolly also has done several interviews, and I gotta say this because I feel like Tank Davis is so lit that guys he's fighting, if you have a strong enough performance, it's actually boosting their careers as well. And I think we've seen it with Isaac Pitbull Cruz and also for Rolly. Like Rolly, if you look at all the recent fights after the Tank fight, and I'm talking about other people's fights like Andy Ruiz Jr. versus Luis King Kong Ortiz. You're seeing him pull up the Teofimo's fight and all these fights, and the fans are like everywhere taking pictures of Rolly, like, oh, can I get a picture? And posing with him. You see it in some of the interviews. So that was a big fight. It just goes to show you that was a big attraction in the big fight, and it was anticipated. And to me, I think that fight really got Rolly's name out there. So shout out to that. As far as him and Errol Spence, listen, there's a lot of people that are suggesting that Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford could be next. Rolly, in a recent interview, said the fight is going to suck. Now, I got to disagree with him there. He said the fight will suck and it won't be a good fight at all. And he's saying two southpaws is going to be an ugly, like, stinker. And he says Terrence Crawford can't sell. I'm just paraphrasing. You guys can find these interviews. He said Terrence Crawford cannot sell, and Errol Spence doesn't do much of the showmanship or the talking. So he said if you really want an action fight, you need to push for me to fight Errol Spence. He's also said that he would be willing, you just seen the clip, he said he'd be willing to move past 140 and straight to 147. So that's like straight Adrian, man, you know, AB, Archbishop, another body. That's Broner territory. If you guys remember, Broner, he fought Gavin Reese at 135 and moved up from 135 all the way to 147, where he fought then champion Paulie Malignaggi. Bro, why you keep bringing up my side piece? And they had to hold back. That was an epic buildup, by the way. Broner and Paulie Malignaggi, great buildup. You know, we got to get back to that in boxing. And then after that, of course, he lost his first pro fight to hard-hitting Argentina fighter Marcos Maidana. So Rolly is saying he's willing to do that to fight, in my opinion, King of the Hill, and that's Errol Spence Jr. That would be highly dangerous. I don't think it would be likely. I think, you know, despite what any fighter wants, at the end of the day, the networks play a part in what happens next and how it plays out and things like that. Make sure you guys subscribe. In the last 30 days, I looked at my YouTube analytics and it showed me 50% of the people that watch my content for free on YouTube hit the subscribe button. So thank you. The other 50% did not, for whatever reason. Some people also have told me they thought they were subscribed to my channel, but make sure it says subscribed with the ED at the end instead of subscribe. Because if it doesn't have the D at the end, the ED at the end, then that means you've been unsubscribed. And that's happened to some people. We're on the road to 300,000. Make sure you guys do that for all your boxing news. You guys can take out your phone, scan that QR code that you see right there, and also subscribe to the channel. So the networks, they also have a part in what fights happen, because who's paying for it? You know, what's the licensing, site fees, and, you know, there's more than just a fighter calling out. We've seen this. We've seen it on Twitter. Like, let's say Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. Those two individuals can very well want to fight, but does Golden Boy want Ryan Garcia in with Tank next? That's a whole different conversation. So as much as Rolly is calling for this fight, and he seems, you know, pretty adamant about making the fight, I don't know that the network is into that, you know, right now, at least. Rolly coming off a loss, no experience at 147, coming off a knockout loss to Tank Davis. I think the bigger fish to fry would be the fight with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. I've heard a lot of different various things about the fight. I told you on my channel, I'm going to keep it as authentic as possible, like I always do. And I'm not trying to lead people astray. I can like overly clickbait you guys and say this, but it's like there's a lot of people who are just like I've seen on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. People are taking basically common information about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, the same information. We've heard Dan Raphael report it. We've heard other people say the same thing. Everyone keeps saying November, December, November, December, November, you know what I mean? But there hasn't really been that one thing, like an actual breaking news moment where it's like, aha, Crawford has signed his portion of the contract. Aha, Errol Spence has signed his portion of the contract. It'll be finalized tonight. You know what I'm saying? This hasn't happened. So it's a lot of belaboring of the point. You know, I do want to see the fight. I think it's an amazing fight, despite what Rolly's saying. Rolly's saying he thinks it's going to be a suck fest. Like it's not going to be a good fight at all. I got to thoroughly disagree with him on that account. I think it'll be a good fight. The other thing is Crawford, he's a dog. Errol Spence is a dog. And Crawford, he is ambidextrous and he will choose to fight southpaw. But at the same time, if it is not in fact working for him, he might just go back to orthodox, and then you have a standard orthodox versus southpaw battle. I think ultimately that is going to depend on what is presented. What is being presented, that's going to ultimately determine how Crawford adapts and adjustments. From what I've seen in a fight like Crawford versus Spence, when you have a terrific talent like Bud, terrific talent like Errol, it's really down to adjustments and the decision-making process and who makes the proper adjustments fastest. And usually in fights like that, elite level fights, and I do think that's an elite level fight, you usually have both fighters having the need to adjust. Like seldom do you have an expected elite fight such as that. Two undefeated fighters, consider 1A and 1B, and both have styles that should gel well with each other, and both got power and both got, you know, attributes that really could affect the other person. Rarely do you see a fight not play out where, you know, it's just this one-sided beatdown and fighter A doesn't have to make any adjustments against this elite person. He could just do it whatever he wants. And unless I guess there's few times and examples throughout boxing where maybe somebody was grossly overrated and the public maybe overrated him. But I don't think that is the case for Errol Spence. I don't think that is the case for Terrence Crawford. I don't think either guy is overrated. I don't think either guy has gotten this far just from hype. If anything, they're hated on. You know, they get hated on more than they get overrated on. You know what I mean? But as far as Rolly Romero, we'll see what holds in the future and what's next. I mean, me personally, I'm not his manager or anything. I wouldn't recommend moving from 35, even though he looks like he's big enough to move up and have the frame. But I seen there's a picture of Errol Spence and Rolly Romero, and Errol Spence looked a lot bigger. Now, this was years ago, but I doubt Rolly has gotten considerably taller. If anything, he's gotten wider, but you still got to make the weight. So, you know, moving up in weight is a process for sure. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of Rolly's recent comments. Says Crawford Spence will suck. And he's not trying to fight Crawford because he says Crawford, there's no market for that. But he does want to fight Errol Spence. And he says, as you guys heard, he'll knock him out or knock him down. And he said he'll go straight to 47 for that. So, I mean, he at least got guts. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Business. Y'all knew that. But about introducing Super Thanks right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We work.